You know what? I'm terribly sorry about that. I wanted to show a picture of a 38 Special revolver. I had to print it out, but my computer's giving me problems right now. So, the 38 Special revolver was not used, so I'm not even going to bother with it. Emil Mazzarano and Larry Phillips Jr. were planning a bank heist for the Bank of America branch in North Hollywood, Los Angeles, California on February 28, 1997. Now, during this bank heist, they brought with them 2 Beretta 92s. This is the weapon of the U.S. military. Magazine capacity said 10 rounds only. 15 rounds in their magazines. They also brought with them 1 fully automatic M16. It might have been a little later than this model. This is a Vietnam rifle. It might have been a few years older, but fixed buttstock, not collapsible buttstock, fully automatic capabilities. Illegal. Before and after the magazine capacity and weapons accessory ban of '94, still illegal. Fully automatic. Oh, 10 round capacity. They had 100 round magazine. Also, Heckler & Koch 91. 20 round magazine. The magazine capacity was 10 rounds. Theirs held 20. This is semi-automatic only, but it's very powerful. 1, 2, and 2. Fully automatic AK-47. Bayonet lug, flash suppressor, I think. No, I'm sorry, no flash suppressor. Bayonet lug, pistol grip, fully automatic. This is the weapon anyone who served in the military between 1955 and today will tell you this is the weapon their enemy uses. Fully automatic. 50 round magazine, even though the magazine capacity ban was 10. The suspects got their weapons, which were high capacity weapons, fully automatic capabilities, illegally. Because even before the weapons accessory ban of 1994, no legal gun dealer would sell them these weapons, these fully automatic weapons. Even today, very few people have the ability to own a fully automatic weapon. Yet they had them because they bought them on the street. The police, and they also had bulletproof body armor. Phillips had a bulletproof vest with a trauma plate. Mazzarano painstakingly sewed a bulletproof suit. Vest, sleeves, pants, everything. Shoulder to ankles, bulletproof material. Very, very dangerous. An officer saw the 2 men walking into the North Hollywood bank. They walked right to the front door in broad daylight. The officer rationed, and I cannot blame him. He was no match for them. He fell back, radioed for help. The LAPD came very quickly and began to surround the perimeter outside the bank, moving all civilians to safety. While inside the bank, the 2 suspects fired their fully automatic AK-47s up in the air, ordered all bank employees and customers into the vault, removed money from the vault. They wanted more money. They had a big hissy fit. They got mad at the manager. They filled duffel bags up with tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. They headed for the door. By the time they walked outside, their getaway car was in front of the bank. LAPD had cordoned them off. LAPD was armed with Beretta 92 9mm, same as the suspect, ironically, and 12-gauge shotguns. This is the Remington 870. I made in my hometown, my home state. I don't know if this was the weapon of choice for the LAPD, but 90% of police officers use this weapon. Now, a handgun is useful when you're advancing on a suspect from 10 feet away. 100, 200, 300 feet away, under pressure with the handgun, you cannot hit a barn from 5 feet away. So there's no way an officer with this handgun could have shot the suspects in the head from 700 feet away. And they had head-to-toe body armor on. The 12-gauge shotgun sprays pellets, BBs, which could be devastating at 3 or 4 suspects at point-blank range, but several hundred feet away, it was not going to make a difference at all. So the police were just throwing bullets at them and were being very ineffective. They were very, very brave officers. They did the best they could, but they might as well have been disarmed. Very, very tragic. Now, over the course of the battle, the getaway car took the biggest beating. Holes punched in everywhere, tires flattened. The LAPD decided to call their SWAT team, Special Weapons and Tactics. Special Weapons and Tactics used this MP5 Heckler & Koch, which is the same company that made this rifle, ironically. This is a 9mm subgun. It shoots the same ammunition as a 9mm handgun. A subgun is a long gun that I hold like a rifle, but it shoots handgun ammunition. This weapon is primarily used by special forces operators who are attacking suspects in an enclosed environment. Very effective at 10 feet away, but 100 feet away, 100 yards away, was not going to make a difference. The police were outgunned, literally. After firing, they didn't fire, they had a .38 special revolver, they did not fire it. But after firing every single gun, every single long gun, the HK, the M16, the AK-47s, injuring a whole bunch of officers and a couple of civilians that couldn't get out of the way fast enough, the suspects decided to split up. If I miss a step or if I make a little inaccuracy, please forgive me. I've seen several documentaries of this. 90% of the footage is real. Surveillance cameras and helicopters in the air film the actual suspects, the actual crime. It was not pretty. Phillips escaped on foot. His AK-47 jammed, which never happens, but it did. He disregarded it and drew his handgun. He had the same handgun the police had. So the police figured, this is excellent. He is on our terms now. And the police got emboldened and ran in at 10 to 15 feet away and began engaging him. Phillips Jr. did not want to be taken alive. A surveillance helicopter overhead shows him deliberately take his weapon and kill himself. Better him than a citizen. He was shooting at police officers. He didn't care who got killed. I doubt very much the officers have problems sleeping at night. Meanwhile, Mazzarano in the beat-up car is getting away. He's actually escaped from ground officers, but he's being tailed by the helicopter. The officers are outgunned. They do not know what to do. That's my printer, I'm sorry. They do not know what to do. They go to a gun store. They didn't go to a police station. They didn't go to an army barracks. They went to a gun store. Let me check my time. Hold on. I have time. I have a 15-minute limit on this. So I have to keep cutting. I'm sorry. They went to a gun store. And the gun dealer was within walking distance, I imagine, not very far. He probably heard gunshots. He definitely heard sirens. He probably saw something on the news or on the radio or on television. The police went there. Now, I want you to imagine you're at work and 911 calls you. The officers went into him and they literally said, "You must help us." They tried to explain the situation the best they could, and this gentleman has been interviewed in his gun store since then. I've seen interviews of him. I don't know his name, unfortunately, but I would say it if I did. The gentleman went behind the counter and grabbed the AR-15. Now, because this is during the ban, this buttstock is illegal. He probably had this buttstock on. The flash suppressor and the bayonet lug are illegal. They're probably taken off. Not a big deal. And magazine capacity was 10, but if he had 30-round magazine, he could legally give it to an officer. And he gave the officers the AR-type rifle. And the officers now began to advance on Mazzarano. And I think he even gave them bulletproof vests. I'm not sure though. But I know he gave them the rifles. Mazzarano in his beat-up white car is going down the side street. Sees a pickup truck coming. He carjacks the pickup truck. The victim escapes. Mazzurano fills up the pickup truck with his equipment and possibly some money. He realizes the victim was smart. The victim took the keys. Mazzurano has a car that is shot up. He has the keys to it, but it's almost disabled. And he has a pickup truck in fairly good condition with no keys. He's stuck. Lack of a better term, he's screwed. Mazzurano's car was on the right side of the road facing this way. The pickup truck was on the opposite end of the road facing this way. Pickup truck, car. Pickup truck, car. Officers advanced from this way. Mazzurano took up position, took out his illegally owned fully automatic M16 with a 100-round drum magazine, also illegally owned, and began firing at the officers. One officer who I saw in an interview in a video, in a documentary, put his head together, laid down on his stomach, shot Mazzurano in the feet. Mazzurano hit the ground. They put a couple more rounds in him. They got him under control. Mazzurano said, "Kill me." Now, 2 minutes earlier, they would have had a right to kill him because he was dangerous. Now he's disarmed. That's considered murder. So the officer said, "We're not giving you the satisfaction." And they actually tried to save his life. Didn't work out. He ended up dying. Once again, I don't care. He didn't care about police officers. He didn't care about citizens. So I'm not going to lose sleep over him. Now, the point I'm trying to make is, even though the real assault weapons ban, even though the real assault weapons ban that actually banned fully automatic weapons was in effect since the 60s, I think 1968 was one ban, 1986 was another ban, these suspects still had fully automatic weapons. I'm not asking the United States to let everyone have a fully automatic weapon. I just want people to realize that a criminal will buy a fully automatic weapon on the street. Once again, the magazine capacity ban of 1994 failed because the suspects got their weapons and their magazines from the street. Complete disregard for public safety, complete disregard for life. Federal offense is by robbing a bank. State offense is by trying to kill police officers. These guys were looking at 500 years in prison. They were never going to get out alive. Federal prison all the way, man. Now, a lot of people want to ban semi-automatic rifles. This rifle is semi-automatic. Will only fire one bullet at a time. If you ban semi-automatic rifles, the gun dealer probably would have given the police bolt-action rifles, which bolt-action, fire, rack the bolt. Fire, rack the bolt. Could they have gotten Mazzurano with bolt-action rifles? Maybe. But they cycle slower and they're harder to operate under pressure. So they use defensive carbines. This semi-automatic rifle is used by police, is used by homeowners who just feel they need to use a semi-automatic rifle to defend their home, which is their business, competition shooters, and some people just want to buy them and shoot them. That's all. And I don't have a problem with that, do you? The military uses the fully automatic version of this, in case you didn't know. Let me check my time again, please. I'm going to have to do a part 3 to do my last conclusion. Yeah, I'm going to do a part 3 because I want to say one more thing. I'm sorry.